understand the times we're living in and how to fight back people like Donald Trump, those are the people that we need to be our fighters, to be our champions, because they're willing to take the fight to them rather than always play defense. So that's part of it, and it's certainly troubling the type of things that we're facing on college campuses and in corporate America.
Yeah, and what do you think about the fact that so many people say, oh, states like New York and California are dying, they're lost, let's move. Of course, some people have moved. What is your argument for how we need to keep fighting in cities and to really just make sure that we have a conservative stronghold in places like New York?
The best defense is a good offense, and this applies to sports, this applies to military strategy, and this applies to political strategy. I mean, the left understands it, and that's why I don't scoff at the left. I don't laugh at them. I try to learn from them because they are fighters. They're political fighters. They understand how to get their hands dirty and how to win. And they look at a map and they see, okay, there are Republican states. What do we have to do to turn them blue? What do we have to do to turn Georgia blue? What do we have to do to turn Virginia blue, Colorado blue, California blue? Many of these states used to be solid Republican, conservative states, and they've slowly turned to the left over the years. They fight to win. And Republicans look at a map and they say, okay, how can we just hold what we have? And you look again, not to bring it back to Trump too many times, but you got to bring it back to Trump. In 2016, he broke the blue wall. He expanded the Republican Party. He brought the Republican Party to Michigan, to Wisconsin, to Pennsylvania, to places it hadn't won in decades. And that's the kind of energy and political strategy that we need. And he saw that there was a massive working class, particularly white base in these Midwestern states who were disaffected by globalism. They were disaffected by economic neoliberalism, and he saw that they used to be, union card carrying Democrat loyalists, but who had been left behind by their party. So he embraced an economic populism, and he was able to win those voters over, flipping many of these states to the blue wall, and that's what made him the president in 2016. We need to do the same thing. So we can't abandon places like New York. We can't abandon these states. I mean, I'm not going to say that we're going to win them overnight, but we should constantly look to how to win them on the margins, how to slowly chip away at them, because that's how politics works. It's a slow, grinding game where there's gains that are made slowly over time. It doesn't happen overnight. So in a place like New York, you can have wins at the local level, you can slowly shift the state, and you can start to flip states. And I think the best strategy we have as a party going forward is to look at the electoral map and say, where can we grow? Can we win Nevada? Can we win New Mexico? Can we flip Minnesota? Can we flip New Hampshire? What do we have to do that? Obviously, you have to hold your base, but the best strategy is to constantly be gaining new ground. I mean, the Democrats have no problem throwing, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars into unwinnable races in Texas or South Carolina because they know that money is going to make a dent down the line. We need to do the same. We should make them fight tooth and nail for every vote, whether it's in New York, whether it's in Michigan, whether it's in Oregon, wherever it may be. And that's the best strategy I think we're going to have as a party going forward.